Welcome back to B&B for Phone, your ultimate source for the juiciest soap drama. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the chaotic world of Los Angeles fashion, and I have some absolutely mind-blowing theories to share with you all. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's unpack the explosive power struggles happening right now. Let's be honest, the tension currently brewing at Forrester Creations is nothing short of a ticking time bomb. We all know that Liam Spencer has been relentlessly pressuring Hope Logan to abandon her family's legacy and jump ship to Katie Logan Spencer's newly minted fashion house. But here's the surprise. Hope is flat out refusing. Can you believe it? Despite Liam's incredibly annoying, controlling nature and his constant whining about how Steffy Forrester Finnegan mistreats Hope, our girl is standing her ground. She has poured her blood, sweat, and tears into Hope for the future, and she is not about to let Steffy win. Instead of running away, Hope has orchestrated a massive plot twist by urging her mother, Brooke Logan, to go after the co-CEO position. That's crazy. Hope is essentially weaponizing her mother's historical dominance over the Forrester men to secure her own fashion line. And frankly, I am absolutely here for this ruthless version of Hope. But wait, it gets even juicier. Brooke didn't just ask for the job. She literally made a seductive offer to Ridge Forrester to replace his own daughter as co-CEO. Amazing. We all know Ridge is notoriously weak-willed when it comes to Brooke's advances. The man simply cannot think straight when Brooke turns on the charm. He was clearly uncomfortable with the idea of backstabbing Steffy, but he actually agreed to consider the co-CEO swap. Let that sink in. Ridge is actually pondering throwing his fiercely loyal daughter under the bus just to appease his wife. This is classic Ridge behavior, and honestly, it makes my blood boil. Steffy has carried that company on her back through countless scandals, and Brooke is treating Steffy like a temporary replacement actor in her own family's company. It is a classic soap opera suspense, but it also highlights the incredibly toxic dynamic between the Logans and the Forresters. And you won't believe what happens next in our speculation. We know Brooke. She is incredibly impatient, and she will not stop until she is sitting in that co-CEO chair. If Ridge starts to waffle or drag his feet on this slow-paced plot, Brooke is not just going to sit back and wait. She is going to escalate this power grab to the absolute top of the food chain. I am talking about Eric Forrester. Brooke knows that Eric holds the ultimate authority, and I am entirely convinced she will bypass Ridge and go directly to the patriarch to demand Steffy's removal. Now, Eric loves Steffy, and initially, he might completely reject this outrageous idea. But Brooke has a secret weapon, and her name is Donna Logan. Donna is currently playing the anxious peacemaker, warning Katie about starting a massive family feud by poaching Hope. But when push comes to shove, Donna is a Logan through and through. If Brooke needs Eric to sign off on Steffy's termination, Donna is the one who will whisper in Eric's ear late at night. She will manipulate his emotions, playing on his desire for family harmony, and convince him that Brooke as co-CEO is the only way to save Forrester Creations from constant infighting. Donna's psychological profile has always been that of the sweet, innocent sister, but do not underestimate her ability to sway Eric. If Donna gets in Eric's head, Steffy doesn't stand a chance. The betrayal of Steffy by her own grandfather, orchestrated by the Logan sisters, would be the ultimate plot twist. Just imagine the sheer devastation Steffy will feel when she walks into that executive office and realizes she has been ousted. Steffy is a powerhouse, a woman who defines herself by her leadership and her Forrester name. To be replaced by Brooke Logan, her lifelong rival and the woman who has tormented her family for decades, would absolutely shatter her. But Steffy is not the type to just cry and walk away. Oh no, she is a fighter. The psychological trauma of this betrayal will ignite a fire inside her that we haven't seen in years. She will be out for blood. The anger, the humiliation, the sheer rage of being discarded by Ridge and Eric will push Steffy to make a move that no one sees coming. Meanwhile, let's look at what is happening over at Katie's new company, Logan. Katie and Bill Spencer are desperately trying to build this brand into a formidable rival to Forrester Creations. They thought Hope was their golden ticket. Katie has been fighting a hostile corporate battle, defending her ruthless business moves to Donna, claiming that business is business. But here is the massive roadblock they are about to hit. If Brooke successfully overthrows Steffy and takes over as co-CEO of Forrester, she is going to protect Hope for the future with her life. Hope will have absolutely zero reason to leave her family's legacy and go work for Katie. Katie and Bill will suddenly realize that their marquee designer is completely out of reach. Their entire strategy will crumble before their eyes. So, what happens when you have a brilliant, furious executive who has just been fired and a wealthy, ambitious power couple desperate for a star to launch their new fashion house? You guessed it. What if the person who ends up going to Logan isn't Hope, but Steffy Forrester herself? Can you even imagine the absolute chaos this would cause? That's crazy. Steffy, the ultimate Forrester, walking through the doors of a company named Logan to strike a deal with Bill Spencer and Katie. It sounds impossible, but in the twisted logic of our favorite soap, it makes perfect, terrifying sense. Steffy would be driven by pure, unadulterated revenge. She would want to build a rival empire to crush Forrester Creations, to prove to Ridge and Eric that they made the biggest mistake of their lives. And let's not forget the deeply complicated, highly volatile history between Steffy and Dollar Bill Spencer. Bill has always harbored a dark, obsessive fascination with Steffy. He respects her ruthlessness, her business acumen, and her undeniable fire. If Steffy comes to him proposing an alliance to destroy Brooke and Ridge's new regime at Forrester, Bill would jump at the chance. He would hand her a blank check. The psychological dynamic of Steffy and Bill working together, fueled by mutual vengeance and undeniable chemistry, would be television gold. Katie, of course, would be incredibly threatened by Steffy's presence, but Katie is also a pragmatist. She needs a successor character to build her brand around, and Steffy brings immense industry power and a massive chip on her shoulder. Let's take a closer look at Katie's psychological state in Osney Maze. Katie has lived her entire life in the shadow of her older, more glamorous sister. Brooke gets the men, Brooke gets the power, and Brooke always gets her way. Katie launching the Logan fashion house was her desperate attempt to finally step out of that shadow and prove she is a titan in her own right. When Donna warned her to back off Hope to avoid a family feud, Katie fiercely defended herself, insisting that she has to do what is best for her business. She is tired of playing second fiddle. But if Brooke steals the co-CEO spot and locks Hope down at Forrester, Katie will suffer yet another humiliating defeat at the hands of her sister. That is exactly why bringing Steffy on board is the ultimate power move for Katie. It is a massive middle finger to Brooke. By hiring the one woman Brooke despises more than anyone else, Katie would finally be striking a lethal blow in their lifelong sibling rivalry. The psychological complexity of Katie teaming up with her former romantic rival Steffy just to destroy her own sister is the kind of dark, twisted storytelling we absolutely live for. This potential storyline would completely flip the script on everything we know about these families. Steffy has always been the defender of the Forrester legacy, while the Logans have been the invaders. Now, Steffy would become the ultimate outsider, using the Logan name to destroy her own family's company. The irony is just too delicious. Think about the boardroom confrontations. Steffy, backed by Bill's billions, launching a hostile takeover, or a competing fashion line that directly targets hope for the future. Brooke thought she was securing her daughter's legacy by stealing the co-CEO chair, but she might actually be creating the most dangerous enemy Hope has ever faced. As fans, we often complain about the slow-paced plot, but a move like this would inject so much adrenaline into the show. Will Steffy really cross enemy lines? Will Ridge regret his weakness when he sees his daughter building an empire with his worst enemy? How will Liam react when the mother of his child is suddenly running his father's company? Liam is already anxious and controlling. Seeing Steffy align with Bill would absolutely send him over the edge. He would probably try to waffle his way back into Steffy's orbit, trying to save her from Bill's influence. It is a massive web of emotional manipulation, and I am totally captivated by the possibilities. Sometimes the drama is so intense, it feels like we need replacement actors just to handle the sheer emotional weight of these scenes. Let's dig even deeper into the ripple effects of this monumental shift. If Steffy leaves Forrester Creations, what happens to the internal structure of the company? J. Forrester is already strutting around the office, acting like he owns the place, channeling his grandfather Massimo Marone's aggressive traits. With Steffy gone, J might try to step into the power vacuum, leading to a massive clash with Brooke. Brooke might think she can control her son, but J is proving to be a wild card. And what about Carter Walton? Poor Carter is dealing with his own heartbreaking infertility fears with Daphne, but as COO, he will be caught right in the middle of this corporate bloodbath. Carter has always respected Steffy's leadership. Would he stay loyal to a Brooke-run Forrester, or would Steffy try to poach him for Logan too? The suspense is literally killing me. The psychological warfare between Brooke and Steffy would reach unprecedented heights. Brooke has always believed that she knows what is best for everyone, masking her ruthless ambition with a facade of maternal protection. But firing Steffy isn't about protecting Hope, it's about Brooke's insatiable need to dominate the Forrester family. Steffy, on the other hand, would have to confront her deepest insecurities. Her entire identity is wrapped up in being a Forrester. Who is she if she isn't running her grandfather's company? Teaming up with Bill and Katie would be a journey of reinvention for Steffy. She would have to shed her Forrester armor and embrace a darker, more Machiavellian side of herself to survive in Bill Spencer's world. So, what do you guys think? Are we about to witness the ultimate corporate betrayal? Will Eric and Donna actually pull the trigger and hand the keys to the kingdom to Brooke? And most importantly, is Steffy Forrester about to become the new face of Logan fashion? I absolutely love this theory because it shakes up the stagnant dynamics and gives everyone a fresh, dangerous motive. It forces the characters out of their comfort zones and sets the stage for a spectacular clash of titans. I cannot wait to see how this unfolds. And I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments below. Do you hate Brooke's power grab as much as I do? Are you rooting for Steffy to team up with Dollar Bill? Let's get the discussion going.